What is up, everybody? It's Christian.
And Molly.
And this is The Move. We're excited. We're back, iPhone style.
Yes.
So let's jump into this. Let's move on 3. 1, 2, 3, move.
So, tell us why we're on the iPhone today.
We are on the iPhone today because the devil is the liar. And we're trying to figure this thing out. Because yesterday...
We recorded a full episode yesterday.
Yesterday, we come in. We record a full episode. Go back and look at our audio, which we did test before. And we're just like mind blown, mind boggled because it didn't work.
Yes,
and so now we're freaking out.
And before you ask, like you said, we always test our audio. Like, we're not dumb. We always test our audio. We always test our camera shots, all of that good jazz. So I'm not really sure what happened, but it didn't record our audio, and here we are, and then we're having issues with it this morning, so here we are, recording it on our iPhone.
Already annoyed, already getting here, and I'm annoyed because our internet's down, and
Sometimes that happens. And you know what you just gotta do? You gotta pivot.
Okay, alright.
You gotta pivot. So we're pivoting into our episode all about nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
I was born in 1993. Christian was born in 1994. No, I'm not a cougar. I'm like 4 months older than him. That's it. And this all started when I was asking him the other day about hit clips. Now, if you were born in the 90s, aka raised in the late 90s and early 2000s, you will know what hit clip is. I didn't. Unless you're Christian.
I didn't. They must not have had Christian hit clips. Like Christian genre hit clips. Because I didn't get on that train. I thought a hit clip was a slap bracelet.
Which doesn't make sense to me.
How does that not make sense? We're gonna you said that last time, but how does that not make sense? A hit clip, you hit it and it clips to your wrist. How does that not make sense?
Can't. Well,
I'm letting my frustration get out from all this technical stuff. But I mean, that makes sense. But just in a nutshell, apparently what a hit clip is, you have this little mini tiny,
very mini.
It looks like a little tiny floppy disk. You stick it in this little mini cassette player, and it plays one song. So,
and the way you clipped it is it came with like a little carabiner thing, and you could clip it onto your belt loop.
There you go, and you walk around and rock out.
And your Claire's purse. Oh girls, this just came to me. If you know, you know.
And y'all thought y'all were so cool listening to that one song
hold
over
on,
and
here
over.
we go. And you clipped it to your Claire's black leather purse.
Yeah.
With the hot pink letter of your first or initial of your first name on it.
I don't know if dudes
did. I
don't know if dudes did hit clips. So.
Do you know the purse I'm talking about though?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had one. It was black with hot pink trim and a hot pink M on it.
Hot pink M.
Got it from Claire's. That was everything.
Yeah, maybe if they had like a Stephen Curtis Chapman hit clip or maybe like a Newsboys hit clip, but I don't think they did like Christian genre hit clips. So.
Probably not. They didn't last very long.
I had CDs though. That's another one. That'll be next on our list. A little CD. Do you remember
CD players, the little mini ones that you could carry with the little headphone?
Mm-hmm. Little CD players. That you could put the CD in there, and it was basically like an iPod but a CD. And your dad.
But only the album.
What?
Like only the album, unless you burned the CD and you could have different songs.
Yeah, unless you burned the CD. But that came later when there was iTunes. Like, this is pre-iTunes.
Christian, you could burn a CD without iTunes. I did all the time. You had a CD burner. You put the one CD, the Maroon 5 CD.
No, I get that. But I'm talking like if you wanted to put a bunch of songs from a bunch of different CDs.
Nope, not yet. All you had to have is LimeWire.
Okay, whatever.
I had the illegal LimeWire. Sorry, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, I'm talking about illegal here.
Sorry,
pastor's kid.
Sorry
I'm not
to my
doing
mom and dad
things.
if I messed up our home computer by downloading LimeWire.
You're gonna get into a lot of my pastor's kid nostalgia. Things I wasn't allowed to do.
Yes.
So
okay, so if you're new to the Move podcast, we typically, or if you've been around for every episode, thank you first of all. You'll know that most of our episodes are typically encouraging. Our whole podcast is designed to help you move forward in every area of your life. Just don't stay stagnant. And a lot of times they're really motivating, come with practical tips and tricks just that we've learned in our life or through scripture, through the Bible. So they're usually encouraging in that way. But you know what? Sometimes your encouragement comes in the form of nostalgia.
It does.
And just a little laughter. What does the Bible say about laughter?
Laughter is like a medicine.
It's like a medicine. So if you need a little bit of medicine today, here you go.
Here you go.
Why do you keep looking at me?
I keep looking in the camera thinking that there's something in your face, but there's a shadow there. But anyway.
Also, shameless plug, if you're not watching on YouTube, go subscribe.
Go subscribe. Go get your subscribe
to the Move Podcast. Okay, so I posted on my personal Instagram story as well as at the Move Pod. Yes, there is a Move Podcast Instagram where we do giveaways, lots of other encouraging content, stuff like that. Go follow. And I put a question box that said, please send us your iconic products that represent your childhood. So we're going to go through each of these and talk about them, as well as throw in some of our own that we remember as well.
Yeah, and if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Also follow us on Instagram, all that stuff. And if you're watching on YouTube, I just realized that I'm wearing my golf attire because I'm going golfing later. I don't have time to go home, so that's why I look super dumpy and golfy.
And you said all your golf shorts were wrinkly, and these are not. So, you're welcome.
All right.
Anyway, first thing. This one was a little bit after our time, I think. Mm-hmm. But I remember them. A little after our time. We weren't crazy about them as I think this genre, this girl who sent it in. Silly bands.
Silly bands.
Do you remember what those are?
Yeah.
What are they?
Silly bands is this rubber band of sorts.
Basically a rubber band.
And such as, where you could you'd have all these rubber bands on your arm. These like little thin rubber bands.
Kids would have them up to their elbow.
Yeah, they would. They sure would. And then you would take that little silly band off and rippity pow, boom, boom, slappity, boom, pow. All of a sudden it would turn into a shape or a creature or whatever. So like you could have them of animals. So like it would be this rubber band. You take it off, throw it on the table. Boom, silly. Wow, there it is. Now you got a silly band.
It. I remember kids like throwing. Yeah, I remember that.
Rubber band. Put it on the table. Wow, now you got silly band.
I remember in high school, like early high school, one of my friends' dad was a dentist or is a dentist, and he got silly bands as part of his like marketing promotion and stuff when he was opening his practice. And guess what kind of silly bands he got?
A tooth.
He got teeth.
That is hilarious.
Silly bands. So we were all walking around with teeth on our wrists.
Yeah, you can get your own custom silly band, which was dope.
Honestly, not a bad idea. Way to be with the times. Her dad, way to be with the times. Okay,
we brought up clip hits or whatever it was.
Clips.
Whatever. But you know, we talked about CDs and how you did it illegally and stuff, but do you remember getting into your dad's car?
Oh yeah.
And that huge
black leather
soft black leather case of CDs?
Yep.
Remember that? I used to have one of video games.
And you'd have to flip through it to find the one you wanted.
I used to have one of computer games that I would play on Windows 94 and upgrade to Windows 97, then Windows 2000, right? And such as. But how about this? We're just rapid fire backyard football. Anyone remember backyard football?
Yep.
What about all the backyards?
Baseball, yeah.
Baseball, backyard soccer. You remember that? What about Pajama Sam? Did we have any Pajama Sammers out there? Anyone?
Can't relate.
Okay, we've got these are like the
Microsoft Paint.
Yep, remember that. What about Freddy Fish? Anyone remember Freddy Fish? What about Putt Putt? Like the little car who drives around and he putts around. No one remembers this? What about Big Game Hunter? Yeah, you know you're a redneck kid when you play Big Game Hunter and listen, I guarantee you there's people out here watching this and listening that played Big Game Hunter on the PC. Anyway, I had one of those leather bands or those leather binders for my video games. I did. What you got?
And CDs, DVDs, all that. But
all
we'll get to that. Tooth Tunes. This is one thing that I completely forgot about. And basically a tooth tune was a kid's toothbrush that played one song. Again, why they tripping us with the one song? Give us a variety. One song, and it was created for the kids to brush their teeth as long as the song lasted.
Yep. And my tune was always like Star Wars, or I think I might have had a
You
Scooby
had
Doo.
one?
Yeah, I had one. I might have had one.
I didn't have one.
But you either get just over it and you don't let the song. The goal was for the whole song to go and you brush your teeth for the duration of the song, but I wouldn't do that, right? Being a young boy, so. Or the battery would run low and you would get like a Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you?
Did it take batteries?
And then it would, and then it would die, and I was like, all right, I guess we're done.
And that's the end of the Tooth Tunes.
That's the end.
That's it.
So, but I mean, pretty cool concept.
I didn't have one. I don't think my mom let me. I don't know. But then I remember later my sister having one for One Direction, which is very interesting.
Yeah, they were kind of out for a while.
Yeah, they maybe made a comeback.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Glitter gel pens.
Glitter gel pens. We'll just kind of bring this into an umbrella of writing utensils, where you have the glitter gel pens, which because that was a girl thing.
But did you see the girls at recess who came with the gallon freezer-sized Ziploc bags full of gel pens, and they would set up a little tattoo shop and be like, "You want a tattoo?"
I said I didn't do that. I was too busy playing football.
And girls would write all over their arms. I remember teachers, parents would all be like, "It's gonna stain. It's gonna get into your blood, and all your veins."
I remember that.
All that stuff. Remember that?
That was told us not to write on
Yeah.
on ourselves and stuff. They're like, "You're gonna make an actual tattoo." I'm like, "No, I'm not."
Yeah.
But anyway, so you've got gel pens, but then you've got colored pencils. Right, and it colored pencils and crayons, but colored pencils were more late elementary.
They were more mature.
More mature, but let's go back to the crayon days, where when you would go to school and they would give you your school supplies basket or whatever, and you would have this little thing of crayons. It's like the 8-pack.
Yeah.
Okay, and then one day little Billy comes to elementary and he's got the 16-pack. Well, now all of a sudden, little Tommy across the aisle, now he's got the 32-pack. Then I come and I'm like, I got the 64-pack, and then there's a 96-pack and a 120. So before you know it, you've got an entire just arsenal of every shade of every color, and then you would make all the other kids feel bad for not having cardinal red or blood red or every shade. Every little shade, and you're like, oh, hey, hold up, wait a minute, is your crayon getting dull? Well, you're in luck, because I got this terrible little crayon sharpener built in.
Yeah, but they always sucked.
They did.
They always sucked. But if you had a crayon box with a sharpener, you were it.
And those crayons, like those, when you would ask to borrow someone else's crayons, those crayons were as more valuable than gold.
They really were. Really were.
I mean, if someone jacks your crayon and you lost your ivory white or your dove white or your snow white or whatever white you want to think of, you were losing your mind.
I just thought of something else. Speaking of school, remember those pencil sharpeners that were built into the wall? Mm-hmm. Those metal ones, and they were always so loud and annoying, and you would be like taking a spelling test, and someone would get up and sharpen their pencil. It was like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's like, hey, listen, I guess
never worked either.
I guess WD-40 teachers didn't know about WD-40, but yeah, they mounted them to every wall in the school. They don't even have those anymore.
Well, no, because you got electric.
Yeah, but before electric pencil sharpeners, you had the ones on the wall, and then the little housing would always break. So
it'd be stuff all over the floor.
There'd be stuff all over the floor, or teachers just say, forget it, take it completely off, and then you just had like the little gear mechanism that you could catch your finger in, and you just wind it, and it would just go straight into the trash can.
That is so funny. Fun fact, Christian and I were in the same second grade class.
We were, for like a day.
We don't remember each other. Yeah, for like a day.
Hey, I want to bring up boy bands, because I thought this was a fun little segment.
Are you Team NSYNC or Team Backstreet Boys?
I'm not either. You know what I am? I'm Team Phillips, Craig, and Dean. Team Phillips, Craig, and Dean. Or Team Plus One, because those are the only Christian boy bands that we had.
I think the funniest thing about Phillips, Craig, and Dean is they're like 50.
I'm gonna borrow this phone.
They're like 50. They're like, no, I mean, like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. I mean, they had to have been like, what, early 20s, right?
Phillips, Craig, and Dean.
Oh, Christian's pulling it up. But the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC had to be like early 20s.
I mean, these dudes are like
Phillips, Craig, like he's bald. That dude is bald. Is that Philip, Craig, or Dean? We need to know.
Yeah, hey, all three, Philip, Craig, and Dean. Phillips. Hey, tell me you don't remember this one.
That album cover though.
That Revelation song.
Okay,
baby.
wait. There was one. They had one that was something about. Wasn't it? Oh yeah. Wait.
Hold on, we're gonna go to my other favorite boy band. Look, first one. Plus One. Does anyone remember Plus One? Oh, this one's fire right here.
I don't.
God Is in This Place. Top hit. Number 4 on their Spotify account. Come on, come on,
slaps.
come on. God is in this place. He's right by your side. Oh!
Kind of slaps.
To know
They legit kind of sound like NSYNC.
that God is in control. I was going to say stay. Anyway.
Okay. Anyway.
So yeah, I don't know. I listen. I couldn't tell you a single NSYNC song right now.
What?
Bye bye bye.
That's
Is that
Backstreet Boys.
see?
Oh my gosh.
I'd like, and I'm not playing with you. Like I overreact
I'm
sometimes, and I make stuff up. Sometimes,
I'm sorry to the NSYNC fans out there. Bye bye bye. Actually,
bye. Number
by
1
NSYNC.
on the hit chart.
What about this one?
It's gonna be May. Only reason I know this one is from the meme. It's gonna be May.
This album, I had this CD.
Well, that's JT.
Yep, that's JT. Young JT. Anyway,
I'm
so of
telling
course
you.
we got boy bands, and I had those songs on my hit clip.
Yeah, I did not.
Oh, yeah, I did. I had it on my hit clip.
Oh,
Okay.
I also growing up, I listened to, because I was always riding with my dad, so we listened to a lot of Journey, Eddie Van Halen, rest in peace.
Rip, yeah.
Rip. You know, all of like the 80s rock bands, a little bit of Aerosmith. Man, we would jam. Oh, and Al Green. Don't ask me how that one got slid into there, but we listened to Al Green.
I think we listened to Al Green
Y'all
too.
know a little bit of Al Green. Sometimes
I think my family listened to Al Green too.
Yeah, Al Green hits. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you want to woo a woman, or men, you want to woo a woman, go play you some Al Green. Here it is. I'm going to give it to you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Stay together.
Oh.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever you want to do is what I need.
Classic. All right. Yeah. What a classic. What a classic. You keep taking my phone and not giving it back.
I'm going to play some Al Green after this episode.
Yeah, that's fun. Okay, another thing about school. 3 words. Okay, this girl, she said glitter pens and other outrageous writing utensils, and we were kind of on that train when we were talking about like the pencil sharpener, all that stuff. Do you remember when they would give like the really large pens? Pencils?
Yeah, I remember those.
Like as kind of like a joke, but it was still so cool.
Oh no, I remember kids that would use those,
Yeah.
like the big, like we're talking
bro,
about.
we know you can't actually write with that.
Yeah.
Stop acting like you can.
You know, that was actually good because it encouraged hand strength building. And also you remember the pens that had like the 4 different colors.
Oh my
where you would like
gosh.
click, bam,
Yep.
there's red. Then wait a second, hold up, you thought it was over. Click, boom, there's blue.
And what about the girly pencils that had like sequins on them and then like a big fluffy thing on top of them?
What about the twisty pencils?
Twist?
Where they would twist. You had like a regular pencil and then it would twist in a million directions.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Eraser.
Okay, 3 words. Scholastic Book Fair.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure, obviously, Scholastic is playing their cards right in how to get money out of kids.
Yeah, that's all that was.
Because there was definitely books, but there was definitely all the little trinkets that kids Love. And my mom, like, when she would give me money to go to the book fair, I'm pretty sure she said you have to buy at least one book. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to buy one book. If my mom is listening, please let me know if that was correct. Oh, yeah. I believe that's the case. And I obeyed my parents. I was a good kid. I was scared of getting in trouble. I'm an Enneagram 1, have been since day 1. And so I follow the rules. So I was like, okay, I got to get a book. But I'm also going to get some of these dog erasers and slap bracelets and stuff like that.
Poster board. I remember getting a Yao Ming poster.
And Christian, when you got money from your mom to go to the book fair, what'd you buy?
I would buy Yao Ming posters. Mm-hmm. What else did I get?
The sticky hands?
Probably the sticky hands. I mean, there was no books involved.
No. And what would your mom say?
There actually, there was like, I think one time I bought it.
Books involved in the book fair.
Listen, let me tell you something. Now you're really an OG if you remember this. Do you remember like the anime Teach Me How to Draw books?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I bought a couple anime Teach Me How to Draw books. And I was like, I suck at drawing. That's when I found out I sucked at drawing. Also, origami. Like, remember the paper airplane?
Did not.
Yes. Remember the paper airplane books?
Yes.
Where they would teach you how to make the coolest paper airplanes? Yup. I would buy one of those. And I think one time I came home with a Goosebumps book.
Oh.
The scary one.
No-go.
Yeah, that got thrown away real quick. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I ever actually bought a book. In fact, do you remember when going through elementary school they used to have, like, book... Like, you'd have to read a book and then take a little quiz on a book online. And you would have to tally up to a certain amount of points. Like, this book was 6 points. This book was 1 point.
I don't remember that.
This book was 3 points. And you had to have, by the end of the month, you had to have 20 points to pass or whatever. You don't remember that? Mm-mm. I remember that.
We didn't do that.
We did that because we went to the same school. We did that.
You left our school in 3rd grade.
I'm saying in 2nd and 3rd grade. Oh, maybe it was Tice. But anyway, so we did that, and I think literally the only actual book I read front to back.
The Bible.
From kindergarten to senior in high school was the BFG, the Big Friendly Giant. That's the only book.
You know what?
That's actually the only book I've ever...
Somehow the BFG keeps reoccurring on this podcast, and I still have no idea what the BFG is.
No, I'm telling you, that's the only book I've ever read.
You didn't read The Outsiders in 7th grade? The Outsiders was so good.
No, because I would either not pay attention or... Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, next one. Furbies. Now, these things terrified me. Absolutely terrified me. Furbies were these little stuffed animals. What are they? Are they like birds? Are they... Yeah, they're like birds. And they're like squatty. They're kind of small and squatty.
Oh yeah, those Furbies.
And they had massive eyes, and they would talk to you and stuff like that. But I was always scared of these, and I think these freaked my parents out too, because we never had them.
And they would make weird noises like, eh.
Yes,
when they would wake up, and you're like, whoa.
Yes, when they woke up. And it was terrifying spending the night at friends' houses that had like stacks on stacks of Furbies in their room.
In the middle of the night is...
Yep.
And you're like, woo.
Yeah, and I was already like a scaredy cat. I was already like a scaredy cat as a kid. Still kind of am, but you know, we're working through it. But it terrified me. Absolutely terrified me staying the night at friends' houses and hearing random noises.
Listen, I was always told that those things were like little pocket monsters and stuff like that. I was never allowed to have a Furby. I wasn't allowed to play Pokemon. I wasn't allowed to have those little trolls.
You know what? And it worked out for you.
It worked out. Like,
you turned out good.
Those things are so... Oh, man. Yeah. No, the Furbies were sketch from the get-go.
Okay, speaking of...
And we would even get little toy ones in McDonald's bag, and I wasn't even allowed to have those.
Yes, they were little keychains, I think. Okay, speaking of, you said something about pocket monsters. Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchi. I'm pretty sure I wasn't allowed to have a Tamagotchi either. I don't even know why.
You didn't have a Tamagotchi?
I did not have I think I had one Tamagotchi that someone else got me, and I thought it was the stupidest thing because...
Explain what it is.
A Tamagotchi is a pocket pet, where basically it's like this little round circle thing that you can put on a keychain, and you just like feed your little... It looks
like a little egg.
You feed your dog once a day, or whatever the animal is, and or it dies, right? Which, like, how scarring is that for a child? Like, you let your animal die, which I guess is a valuable lesson.
It teaches them
responsibility.
responsibility.
Like, I don't even know. I guess I got a glitchy Tamagotchi because mine died like as soon as I got it. Like I opened it up, I'm like, we got a Tamagotchi, and it's dead.
No, they died quick.
And then once it died, it's like you can't reset it. That's it. There's your dollar or whatever.
Did your Webkins die?
I didn't do Webkins either. Ashlyn was really into Webkins.
So did Natalie. She had like baskets full of Webkins.
Ashlyn loved Webkins. Also, Beanie Babies.
That was a little past our...
Beanie Babies was more our days. While some people think of the collectible value of a Beanie Baby, which we looked it up yesterday.
Oh my
The most
gosh.
expensive Beanie Baby out there is $600,000. There's some that go for thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Like, why though? It's a little stuffed animal. I don't understand. And I remember, I mentioned this yesterday too. I remember I had so many Beanie Babies. If my mom is listening, she's probably rolling her eyes because I had so many. And I remember, what was it, like the gold and silver tags were like the collector's items.
Yeah, the gold tags. If you opened it up and you got a gold tag, you were like, oh,
yeah,
it's gonna be worth millions one day.
I remember like friends or babysitters or something would tell me like, oh, this one is gonna be like, you should keep it in the box because it's going to be worth $1 million.
You could sell it one day for millions.
Yeah, but who tells like a 7-year-old that? Because 7-year-olds are not thinking about that. And I was like, no, I want to play with it. And I remember I had a big collector's item Barbie that was the same way.
And if you bent the tag, it was over. It was like your parents lost their mind.
But like,
don't bend the tag.
But why is it? Why, even back then, how did you know that was going to be worth so much money? And why are they worth so much money?
I guess maybe only so many were made, but I don't even remember. Only thing I remember about Beanie Babies was Beanie Baby fights that we would have when my friends would come over or if my parents left to go to dinner, and then me and Nation would have Beanie Baby fights where like we would drug one couch to one side of the living room and the other couch to the other side of the living room. And whether it was like a water balloon shooter, the water balloon or slingshots, like the water balloon slingshots, whether it was those or just straight heaving them.
Yep.
We would have Beanie Baby fights, and you would get hit with them, and they would explode everywhere. Yeah, that's what I think about when I think about Beanie Babies. Beanie Baby fights.
I'm gonna lose sleep over the fact that Beanie Babies are worth so much money now. Like, I don't understand. Like, they're worth more than our house.
Yes.
Why?
$600,000 Beanie Baby.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, like, what? I mean, have you ever thought about that? Someone asked you one day, how did you get so rich?
I saved all my Beanie Babies.
I saved my Beanie Babies. Are you saying, if you're out there and you made so much money by saving your Beanie Babies, props to you, man.
Yeah, honestly, you deserve a round of applause.
While I was throwing Beanie Babies at my brother, you did it the right way.
And I sold them in garage sales for like 50 cents.
And I mean, yeah.
Here we are. Okay, next one. And I think you have a lot to say about this one. I don't have a ton to say because I learned really quickly that I have terrible hand-eye coordination. Bop-its.
Oh, yeah, the Bop-its. Do you remember what a Bop-it is? It's basically like a little one-person music rhythm game where it's like Dance Dance Revolution for your hands, where it plays a song. It's like bop it, bow, and you hit the bop it part.
And you have to hit it right on the beat.
Bop it, bow, pull it, whoop, twist it, something. Right? Okay, so it started off with like a little 3-trigger game where it was bop it, pull it, and twist it. Then
They took it to the next level.
They took it to a whole other level. Mm-hmm. They took it to flick it. And then they did there was so much going on these bop-its that you couldn't keep up. And it would get faster as the beat went on, right? And then they came out with little portable bop-its. So you'd have a little kid under their desk going, bop it.
Oh, you're right. They would kind of hide it under their desk at school.
So kids would like, hey, beat my record of 1,000 on bop it.
Yep. There's that.
Yeah, and then one of the little triggers would stop working, like the little flick it would stop working or pull it, so you had to yank it really hard. So
there's that. Easy bake ovens.
Yeah.
It's a no-go for you?
No.
It's a no-go? Is that your stomach?
That was my stomach, yeah.
Oh my God.
Sorry, listeners. I just had coffee.
Okay. Easy bake ovens. I don't think that I had an easy bake oven, but I know friends definitely had them. I think, honestly...
It's probably the most toxic thing you've ever put into your body.
And I think that's probably why we didn't have one, is my parents were probably like, yeah, no, that's so much chemicals and all that stuff, or whatever. And it was. And I think at friends' houses, making stuff in the Easy Bake Oven, because it all came in these like weird, I don't know, these weird packages. It wasn't like normal food packaging, okay? And they sat on the shelf like in Target in like the toy aisle. You know, it's
See, I don't need an Easy Bake Oven when I've got a microwave and I've got some taquitos, some frozen taquitos. And, you know, let me tell you something. Let me give you a smorgasbord of Christian and Nation specialty as elementary kids. All right? Mom would get them frozen taquitos, load about 12 of them up on a plate, slap some Kraft singles on it, throw in the microwave for 3 minutes, and there is your dinner. Your dinner ready to go. Hey, let me tell you something.
But you had to eat that cheese fast.
Hold on. We're getting there. Because, you know, because now we're on the Mexican menu
genre.
here. Here's what you want to make some queso? What we did is we put about 4, 5, 6, 8 Kraft singles in a bowl, plastic bowl. Heat that thing up in the microwave for 2 minutes. Put some salt up in there. And then get some chips. Boom. And it's got to be 30 seconds after it's out of the microwave or else it gets all crusty dusty.
It's so crusty.
And then my favorite, to top it off as the main course, get yourself any type of flour tortilla. Because corn, we didn't eat corn tortillas as kids, but you get flour tortilla, okay? Hot or cold. What you feeling today? Slap that on a little plastic plate.
I don't understand this.
Get yourself a can. I'm about to give you a revelation today. I'm about to give you something that maybe you've never done. Get you some spray butter. So I can't believe it's not butter. It's healthy.
Has to be the spray. Oh,
it's healthy for you.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. You spray that on that tortilla, hot or cold. Roll it up. Fold it up. Bang! It is awesome.
And you know what's funny about that? You jumped the gun a little bit, but that's okay. What's funny is Christian's sister submitted the thing that she said represents her childhood is tortillas and spray butter. I just cannot get behind this phenomenon. I can't jump on this train. I don't understand. It's a tortilla and fake chemical butter.
It's not fake. It's not fake. Everything you eat is fake.
It's called, I can't believe it's not butter.
And butter is fake. Butter's fake, and it's terrible for you. So just get you some of that. If here's the deal. If you're going to put some butter on something, you might as well spray it on there. How cool is that? And listen to this.
Like, that can't be good.
Okay, listen. 90% of the stuff we eat nowadays is not good. It's processed, all that. But I just want to ask you a question, okay? If you have not gone to the store and got yourself some popcorn with I can't believe it's not butter, here's how you do it. You pop that popcorn up. You spray the I can't believe it's not butter. But you don't want to just get the top layer because you have all that delicious popcorn underneath the top layer. So you got to give it a little good shake. And then maybe even drizzle. Take that cap off the can't believe it's not butter and drizzle it on there. Shake it up. And then about to set it off. Then you sprinkle some chupacabra seasoning or your favorite seasoning on there. It sticks to the I can't believe it's not butter. Now you're eating soggy popcorn. Can I get an amen?
No, soggy popcorn is so poo. It's so nasty.
See, this is why she doesn't eat popcorn with me. I've got to have my own popcorn because that's soggy. You get that crunchy piece of popcorn, but you reach down and you get that soggy, buttery piece of popcorn. You just want to, oh boy.
Okay, so here's what we need to do. Because the very, sorry, I just got a text. The very Jennings famous tortilla with the spray butter.
Like, hey, don't hate it until you try it. I'm just saying, go try it.
Here's what we need to do.
We're going to,
I need you to make me one.
Oh, we'll do that, and we'll film it, and we'll record it.
We will put it on our Instagram.
Yeah.
Because this is just, I just can't get past it. And the fact that is what your sister chose to submit was tortillas and spray butter?
Because that's what we did.
But I just need to ask, why? One, what made you think of that?
We put cheese on there every once in a while.
One, what made you
cheese enchilada.
Think to only eat a tortilla with spray butter in it?
Because the spray butter slaps. I'm telling you, this is why it's okay. You just don't know.
Why not make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Because that's
cereal.
That's so basic, and it's just not savory. We're savory people. We like butter, cheese.
Was it more
meat.
of like, oh, I'm gonna make a concoction, you know?
There was a lot of that. But that was, no, I mean, when you listen, you don't understand until you try. I can't believe it's not butter.
Okay. I mean,
let's do one more.
I truly can't get
Let's
past
do
it,
one more for the people.
but we're gonna have to try it. Okay.
Y'all are all probably like, oh my God, that's ridiculous, that's crazy. Man, you're crazy. Try it.
I'm ready.
Try it.
I just can't. Tortillas and spray butter. I don't get it.
How many you like butter?
Me.
How many you like tortillas?
Me.
Okay, you do the math. Do the math, people.
But nothing else in it? That's what I just don't understand. And how would you choose that over like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Because I don't even like jelly. I don't even like jelly.
That sounds like a personal problem to me.
And peanut butter is just kind of, I mean, I like peanut butter.
Peanut butter is the bomb. Okay, here's one for you. Mm-hmm. Jelly sandals.
No.
I wore jelly sandals. They were like these little sandals that were like sparkly and they came in a bunch of different colors.
They're so ratchet, dude. I'm telling you, like, can you imagine after a full day at school and recess, kid comes home with their jelly sandals? Well, you know what I will say?
They smell like I can smell. No, not the nasty feet smell. I can smell right now how those jelly sandals smell. I really can.
It's absolutely disgusting.
They're like plastic.
And I mean, I would never be able to rock jelly sandals with my bunion. I got one bunion. Mm-hmm. And so that would not work. Christian's
bunion is so big on his foot that when he buys tennis shoes, like athletic shoes or whatever, after a while, and not very long, so really not a while, after a couple weeks, I start noticing a hole in the side of his shoe because his bunion sticks through, pokes through, and creates a hole on the inside of his shoe.
Yep. That's why I got to go to Academy and get the $30 special. The $30.
That or
go to Ross.
And get like orthopedic.
And get like the orthopedic. Because all they got at Ross in size 13 is like FUBU or size 16 basketball shoes.
Okay, I have one more.
Last one.
Disney Channel movies, but like the intro. Remember the intro where the kids would be like, my name is Molly, and you're watching Disney Channel. And they would draw the Mickey Mouse thing.
Have you ever wondered how they got to draw them so perfectly?
And honestly, yeah. And honestly, there was some song that came on like right before that, before they did that. Like the whole intro to the Disney Channel original movie that was coming on every Friday. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. It was like every Friday night there was a new Disney Channel movie or whatever. And that intro was so iconic. Like, you knew it was about to be a good Friday.
You knew it was about to be lit.
Either that or you went to Blockbuster.
Have you ever wondered why? Oh, and Blockbuster's another one. Do you go in and rent movies, rent video games?
And it was so sad when you're like, that's the movie I want. And then you go move the little, like, sign and to get the DVD or the VHS behind it, and it was out.
They were out. Have you ever thought about how those people on the Disney Channel intro, how every single one of them drew that little Mickey Mouse ear thing so perfectly? How did they all do that? How did they all do that the same way?
Good.
How did they all do it literally perfectly? It's Disney magic. It's Disney magic.
It's Disney magic.
You get that little Disney wand in your hand and it's over.
Yep. We hope this was a little bit of magic for you today.
Just so random, so fun, so reminiscus.
So reminiscus, nostalgic, all the things. We hope that it brightens up your day by reminiscing.
And if you go home and you try the spray butter with the tortilla,
you gotta know.
I want to know. And if you like it, I want you to mash that sub button, mash the like button, whatever you want to do. And you need to share that. This is not the gospel, but this is the second closest thing. Is that spray butter with the tortilla. It's about as good as it gets. I'm telling you, easy snack. All for about for $2, you can go get a full thing of tortillas and a can of spray butter, and bam, there's snack time.
And there you have it.
Anyway, hey, we love you guys. Hey, speaking of this podcast, make sure you go like us on Facebook and Instagram. Also, go subscribe to our YouTube channel and anywhere you can listen to a podcast. Next week is going to be fun. We're going to encourage you guys a little bit more with so much going on in this country, in this world, in your life.
And we've been working on something on the side that hopefully we'll be able to announce next week.
Yeah, so hey, we love you guys so much. So let's move on 3. 1, 2, 3, move!